Welcome back to Vilnius, Lithuania for the 2021 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championship. And of course, we are into the Open category now, Classic portion of the competition. And I am joined by none other than the great Joe Whiteley. It's been an absolute privilege to be here all week. And we have got some super matchups coming up today as well. We've got the 59, 66 and 74 kilo open men, and I think there's a few little rematches happening in here, Joe.
Yeah, I think the big news is in the 74 kilo class we have got the legend that is Zaiki Kadama, and he's up against Chiprinko once again. They had a really close matchup in the equipped, and they're opening within 2.5 kilos of each other in the classic.
Yeah, and it came right down to the wire in the equipped. And of course, Eddie Berglund will be backed as well, the current world record holder in the 66 kilo class. It'll be great to watch him lift again. He's been lifting for such a long time now.
And of course, he lifted only a couple of weeks ago in Halmstad.
And that'll be interesting. I mean, these lighter weight classes, it does tend to take its toll a bit. So we'll be watching very close to see how he pulls up from that as well. And that was the 3 lift event as well, so it certainly does take its toll. But we are just a few seconds from getting away here. And of course, none of this possible without our great sponsors, Alico, the greatest platform equipment on the planet, and SBD, the greatest lifting apparel. But here we are with 115 on the bar from Ben Hampson from Great Britain. And the British coaching staff had a busy week this week.
Yeah, we've had quite a big team, both equipped and classic. Ben lifted quite recently in the British bench press.
He's here for 115. I imagine he has got a little bit of a game plan. Just stick to it, put the numbers on the board and see what everyone else does.
Yeah, he's had a difficult time of it of late at the English and the British. He only got his opener in. He'll be looking to improve on that today.
Was really fast off the chest and just sort of slowed down the transition area, but it was a good opener.
I wonder if he took himself by surprise by how fast it was.
I think it might have. It didn't look like he was caught off guard by how quickly it moved off his chest.
Yeah, just a little bit of a wobble. Came through as a good lift.
And that's the whole thing with powerlifting too. You know, you don't want to get caught up in where everyone's nominated. You've just got to come out and do your job. So 130 goes in the bar for Yuji Fujita from Japan. Wants to get a clean opening lift on there. Now, I recall him did he lift in Tokyo in 2019?
He didn't. He hasn't lifted in World Bench since 2017, I think.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. Of course, he's been active in the Japanese Federation. And look at this. Look who's coaching him.
That is, look, that is just fantastic team sportsmanship, though, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, Daiki's lifting in this
group, in this flight.
And he's still handling his teammate. That is absolute dedication to the sport.
Let's hope it doesn't detract from his own competition.
Good opening lift. A little bit tougher than he probably would have liked, but it's been a while since he's been on the world stage at World Bench, so the nerves are back again. Rolandas Krokanis from Lithuania now, 130. We're in the 66 kilo class now. He's got a personal best of 140.
I don't think we've seen him on the international circuit before. But it's a great opportunity when the World Championships comes to your home nation.
Yeah, it really is. I don't recall him lifting in Oshmiani either.
Oh, a little bit of work to do.
And it's a tough field. I mean, look at these classes today, the 59, the 66 and the 74s. It is a tough field to be in. So Pavel Hadas from Poland now, 137.5. And he's got a best lift of 140 as well. There's quite a flat position on the bench, not a huge arch, but he's nice and tight. That was a tough move. He's wobbling all over the place there.
I'm not sure what the referees will make of that.
It'll be interesting to see where he gets. No, he gets the 2 red lights, unfortunately. He just couldn't hold his position there. He gets his chest up really high, which is really nice. Yeah, as soon as he started to lift off the bench there,
I think his shoulder slips away a little bit.
Yeah, he just got out of position. I think they'll fix that. They'll rectify that. He'll get a little bit tighter, and everything will be fine. So we go to 140. Ara Hovanesian from Armenia. Armenia with a few lifters here this week.
Yeah, we've seen more lifters from Armenia, I think, than ever before.
Yeah, they've had the opportunity to make it to this one, which is fantastic. So they do have some very strong lifters in Armenia. And the referees say 2 red lights. Got a blue and a yellow.
So blue would be for lockout, I think. I don't think there's any downward movement. He pushed it up. He pushed it forwards, not back, didn't he?
He didn't get a great position on that.
But I didn't see the yellow card infraction from the side referee.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go up on his second. Ivan Kavaldan from Kazakhstan, 145.
Now he's quite a young lifter. He's only 20 years old. He won the sub-juniors out in Japan.
And here he is competing in the opens. And he's certainly in the mix today.
Yeah, as a junior. Quite a few years left in the juniors.
Oh, he moves the bar really well. I'm not sure about his hip movement there.
Yeah.
No, he gets the leg drive and keeps the bench down. That moved really well and puts himself in the mix. So Yasushi Nagasawara from Japan, 150. Bear in mind, this is the 59 kilo class. He weighed in at 57.8 kilos.
And he'll be an M2 next year.
And we're getting so close to triple body weight. This is just absolutely insane.
He won the M1s in Japan. He's competing in the Opens this time.
And rocking that big SBD belt. Well, a bit slow. Looked like his touch position probably wasn't the best.
Yeah, I think it took him a while to get a press command. I think it was quite a light touch. He was hovering a little bit. It was just bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, didn't really settle it. So he just needs to settle that bar a bit faster. So Philipp Zima now, Germany, 150 kilograms. And a smidge below his best lift of 160. He descends really quickly, but it doesn't seem to bother him too much. Just seems to be part of his style of lifting. Very casually walks off there. Thank you very much. There was a super fast descent into his chest. So Andrew Ward from Great Britain now, 150. We're in the 74 kilo class.
He's competed a lot recently. He was at the English bench in June. He was at the British bench in August. He even competed 3 lift only 3 weeks ago at the British Classic.
Yeah, look, and you can see that he's reflected that in his opener. That is 20 kilos below his personal best.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that is a result of saying, you know what, I've done a lot.
Well, you know, he often takes big jumps. And that was super easy.
And that was very well picked. 1 red light, but that's okay, from the head referee. Can't really see it from that angle. We do have quite a different angle than the head referee, though. So Fredrik Mervang from Norway now, 152.5.
He took the bronze in the equipped competition. He had quite a scrap for that.
Yeah, look, and this is quite interesting. He's opening at 152.5, which is just shy of his personal best. Plus, he competed earlier this week in the equipped, and that certainly takes its toll.
The platform crew just going fetching the blocks for him.
But he is an experienced lifter, though, so I would think, with his experience, and the Norwegian team, that they're confident in his opening lift. So lifters are allowed to use blocks on the platform as well, up to 30 centimetres, is it, Joe?
Yeah, the blocks should be available at 10, 20 and 30 centimetres.
Yeah, and that's to ensure that every single participant has...
They can get their feet
footing.
flat on the floor. Yeah.
Not everyone has the same length leg.
And we haven't seen Frederick compete classic for a while. Not since 2019, I think. So I think that's why he's opening so close up to his PB. There's been a lot of training.
Yeah, there would have been a lot going on since then. And the coach just giving some instruction to move the blocks a little bit further forward. And he is a very, very good lifter.
He didn't lift in the classic in Japan. He took the bronze in the equipped.
And we're about to find out how his training's been going. He weighed in at 55.85 and he's lifting 152.5.
I think training's been going very well.
It's been going exceptionally well. That was not in doubt at all. I think he oversold how hard that was with the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Better make it look tough. So right now we go to 162.5 of Vladimir Velinets from ROC. And this is a huge lift. He weighed in at 52.35. He is the lightest lifter in this class today. And 162.5 on the bar.
Now, he didn't lift in Japan, but he did win in Finland the year before. I mean, this is the 59 kilo open. What are we looking at for a world record here?
So, world record currently is 175.5.
And that's Karaman, who's lifting in the 66s today.
Wow. So, we are getting awfully close there. Wow.
Oh, wow. I think we might see a run at that record.
I think he's going to secure his position.
Yeah.
Make sure no one can take the goal away, and I think then we might see him have a crack at it. So, Chesney ascends from Belgium now, 170 kilos. We're back into the 74 kilo class now. With 170 on the bar. This is his listed personal best.
I have a result for him. Oh, wow. He competed on the 25th of September, Belgian Nationals. And he got 172.5 at that competition.
Okay, so he's getting pretty close there.
But he's competed, he competed classic and equipped in August. Competed classic again in September, and he's out here for the Worlds.
So yeah, he's had a big load there, and that's it's quite close to his best lift. And you can see it's a tough opener.
I think that's tougher than he would have expected it to be.
Yeah, you can see the expression on his face there. It was definitely heavier than he was hoping for.
There's a lot of competitions close together. I'm getting a lot of this information from openipf.org. That's the database of IPF results.
Yeah, great search functions, very easy to work with.
Okay, so here we have the chap who has the 59 kilo record, but he's lifting in the 66s.
Yeah, so Karaman from Kazakhstan moved up to the 66s. He's got the 175 on the bar.
So the move up to the move up a weight class has done him really good, because this nearly matches his world record in the class below.
And that was a great opener.
Wow.
That moved very well. He should get the lights. He does. He gets one red there, but not to be any. I think he already knows why he got it. He was motioning to his coach. So Azat Salman from Kazakhstan now, 180. Now, that name sounds very familiar.
He's in the 74s.
So he competed in 2019 at the Open Classic bench.
He was 6th place in Japan. I expect he will do better this time.
Yeah, just looking at his nominations and looking at that opening lift, he is definitely going to improve on that. That's the great thing with powerlifting. It's not always about coming here for a gold medal. It's coming here to improve. But right now, the current world record open bench press holder, Eddie Berglund, has the world record of 221, opening at 182.5, which is quite a conservative opening lift. You know, he's looked at the nominations. Oh, absolute textbook.
Superb.
Absolute textbook. And what I just noticed with Eddie today, he's really been working on that setup. It was much quicker, and you can see he got that start command much earlier, and that was a very solid bench.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit in Halmstad. He did the 3-lift competition there, and he only got his opener in of 187.5. So he's put himself in a good place there, opening a bit lighter.
So Dmitry Luchkin now from ROC, 182.5. And I think he competed earlier this week as well.
Oh, let's have a look. Luchkin. Yes, he didn't do very well in the equipped. He didn't make a lift.
It is a really tough class of 74s. And that is going to go a long way to boosting his confidence.
Yeah.
He gets 3 white lights. He is going to be feeling a lot better right now. He just put himself in with a shot at the medals. And right now we have 202.5 on the bar for Ivan Toprinko from Ukraine. And we have one heck of a battle about to unfold here.
This is the fight for the gold in the 74s. It went to Kodama in the equipped.
And now it's the battle rematch in the classic. And Toprinko take him off the throne this time. It's tough being up against someone like Kodama, isn't it?
Yeah.
So much experience.
I lost count of how many world titles he's won.
Oh, great opening lift.
Easy.
That is his message. Saying, I'm coming after this gold and I'm going to do everything I can to make you work for it. Great lift. Very solid position on the bench. And right now, Daiki Kodama from Japan, so 205. And this is his response now.
Of course, we saw him come out. He's coaching a teammate as well in the same session, in the same flight. He's lifting at himself.
Such dedication to the sport, though, isn't it?
And when you're in the fight for the world title, and you can see his teammates out there for him now. Great sportsmanship.
Really taking his time. He's just really focusing on getting everything right here.
Oh, and that's tough.
That
was
was
hard.
a lot tougher than I think he would have liked. It'd be interesting to see how he handles his second.
That was really, really difficult.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I imagine Toprinko would have been watching that as well.
Because Toprinko's lift looked really easy.
Absolutely on fire. Has it just been such a big week it's taken it out? We'll wait and see. So we slot into round 2 now. Ben Hampson, 120. This will be a monster personal best for him. So I think he's sort of shifting into unknown territory here.
He is, yeah, and he's taken smaller jumps than he has done previously, which I think is a good move. He missed 122.5 at the British bench. He missed 125 at the English bench. So he's going to go in now for a more conservative second
Yeah, look,
attempt.
his opening lift wasn't super fast, but it was comfortable. And I think 120's right within reach. But he just has to get everything right.
Oh, look at that.
That was better than his
very
opener.
nice indeed.
Yeah, that was very, very good. I really think you're right on that first lift. It looked like he got caught off guard by how fast it moved off his chest. This one, he was much more prepared. Yeah, much better lift. Good angle on it. Rolandas Krakunis from Lithuania, 132.5. So we're in the 66s now.
Oh, the wrong lifter was coming out there.
We had a bit of confusion about which lifter. So this is Rolandas. 132.5, so quite a small increment, but I think quite a wise one as well. Yeah, very good choice. There wasn't, you know, that next lift is going to be tough. I think he still has that extra 2.5 in him if he could just get it right. Oh, he gets 2 red lights though.
Ooh, now, can we see what that was for?
Yeah, it's a difficult sell from there. Yeah, I think it could have been. It's hard from that angle. So Yuji Fujita from Japan, 137.5. He's getting himself in position there. Everyone has their own little way of doing things and setting up and making sure in the right spot on the bench. The main thing is to make sure you're not using up the entire clock to do that. And also to make sure that, you know, if you do have an quite an intricate setup, you're able to reset really quickly. Oh, that's a tough one.
Oh,
can he drive that right arm up? He does.
His right arm was late to the party, but he got it there in the end.
Yeah, he gets it there with 3 white lights, and he's having a bit of a smile about that one. His left arm had 3 drinks before his right arm even got there. Pavel Hadas from Poland, 137.5. He missed this on his opener.
He's no stranger to international competition, so this shouldn't throw him.
Yeah, that whole experience on the international platform makes such a difference when things don't go quite right on your opening lift. And this is really just about getting the positioning right. He just got out of position early on. And he stayed in position much better on that one. And
yeah, his
the
first one
referees
was
say
all
3
over the
white
show.
lights.
That
Yeah,
was much better.
His feet were shifting around in the first one. Everything was moving around. And that one, he kept everything together. So Ara Havanesian from Armenia, 140. He missed this on his opener as well. So he pressed the lift, but he got red lighted. And he stayed at the same weight. It's tough through the middle there, isn't it? Did he keep everything down this time? He does.
Did. Brilliant. Yeah, he stayed planted that time.
Really planted well. You can see that really affected him though, that change of position has made it a little bit tougher through the middle. So Ivan Kavaldan from Kazakhstan, 150.
They still put him on the podium for the minute.
Yeah, it's you know, these top 4 positions here, you know, there's not a lot stretching between them.
And he's a 2-time world champion in the sub-juniors.
Yeah, Balinets is sort of steaming ahead a little bit. I wouldn't say he's secure just yet. Oh, that's tough. He gets it to the
Got
top.
it to the lockout.
What do the referees have to say about it, though?
No.
2 red lights. I was expecting. I think we saw the bar dip there on the left-hand side.
And his butt came up as well.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no lift. He gave it everything he had, though. Yasushi Ogasawara from Japan, 155. So I think looks like the Japanese team is sharing the coaching
They
around.
are. They've
Daiki
been
might have
coming
stepped
out
away
for
now.
each other.
Yeah, I think might have found that they've
It's
sort
a
of told
big ask to
Kadama
be.
to focus on.
Yeah,
his
it's a
lift.
lot to ask to be helping your teammates out. And while everyone wants to help everyone else, it's when you're fighting at the front.
Yeah, I imagine they've all stood together and said, no, we're sorry. You need to focus.
Because Kadama's opener was tough, and he's put another 12.5 kilos on it.
Oh, that is a tough
That
lift,
is
but
a
he
tough one
gets
as
it
well.
there. I think it should be a good lift. It is. That was
Wow.
a grind. What a grind. You can see it came off the chest quite well, then just suddenly slowed down. So Philip Zima now, 155. From Germany. Opening lift wasn't super convincing, but it never really looked in any doubt.
He's looking good here for the bronze if he keeps his head and keeps getting his numbers on the board.
Oh, can he lock out that left arm?
I don't know, from the angle we were looking there, the left arm did not look locked, but it must have looked fine to the centre ref, who's in a much better
The one
position.
thing he's really going to have to watch, he has this very fast descent and the bar really bounces around on his chest. He's going to have to work on that. The Fredrik Mervang now from Norway, 157.5. Absolute quality lifter.
Made short work of his opener. And this will be a PB for him.
Yeah, and this really starts to put him in the mix to chase after that silver.
Oh, that's tough.
That is a tough second. I don't think I've ever seen him take a second that's actually as tough as that.
And
He gets it
got
on the
a blue
board.
for lockout. So we're not going to see the lockout from this angle.
I don't think I've ever seen him grind so much on a second. But he gets it there. And he keeps himself in the medals. Andrew Ward from Great Britain now, 160.
He's pressed this weight many times in competition. At least 3 times in the last 3 months.
That's a lot of work,
It is.
isn't it? Yeah, I hope he's being handled there by Sheridan Ray, and I hope he's taken all those things into account.
Yeah, that looks like
He's
a good
managed
second.
that very, very well. That was a great second lift. Moved well, a little bit of work, but still room to move for a third. So Vladimir Valinets now from ROC, 170.
His opener looks superb.
Yeah, I think this lift here is the one that he wants to put on to secure and sort of say, look, you know what, no one's coming after me.
And that'll give him a chance to have a run at the world record.
Yeah, well, he's only 5.5 kilos off the world record with this lift. I think this does really sort of put him in a position where no one's really, I can't see that anyone is really in a position to chase after 170 plus.
A real fight then with Mervang and Ogasawa Ogasawara for the bronze.
Yeah, that silver and that bronze is really up for grabs as well.
Bit of a fight.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fight. I think his style is a little bit like that. I do think there's a record attempt in there. So we will wait and see. He lost his footing a little bit there, and that's what's really slowed him down. So Chesney Wilson's from Belgium now, 175. A little bit of a cheeky grin as he walks out there. I think he knows something that I don't know.
Well, I think this is his first international. He's on the board and he's fighting with legends.
I think if I got my opener on the board, I'm fighting against legends, I'd probably have a cheeky grin on my face as well. Oh, he's grinding it. No, it's just not quite there. I think he'll get done on his third, though.
You think he just mistimed that?
Yeah, it just didn't look like his first lift. It was just not where he was. His first lift, everything sort of sat still and he timed and drove back. That one, he just wasn't really touching the right spot. So Karaman from Kazakhstan now, 182.5. This will put him temporarily into the gold medal position. I don't think Berglund's going to let him keep it, though.
I don't think so. Long. But Karaman took the silver in the equipped. He's going to have some extra fire to take the gold in the classic.
It's a bit slow, but I think
it took him a while to get the press command there. I think they're just swinging about.
It looks like his elbow's got out of position from that angle as well. Probably see better in the replay. He came back very quickly. And right now, Eddie Berglund is going to respond to that with 185. And I'm loving seeing the maturity in his lift choices this week.
Yeah, he's not going all out for a record. He is just looking to stay ahead and win.
Yeah, I think that's really great. And I can see he's really worked on this setup. It's much quicker now. He gets a much faster start command. He is a really different lifter than the last time I watched him.
One red
Two
light.
white lights. Yeah, great to see that maturity and experience coming through. So Dmitry Luchkin now, he's going to be feeling really good about this. He didn't get a lift in the equipped.
And he's on the board here, so that's
and he is currently ranked number 3 as well.
And I think this is his first world bench. He's competed extensively in Russia.
And there's some tough competitions throughout Russia. I mean, it really does prepare you well. Good elbow position. Oh,
strong.
That was a better lift than his opener. He is in with a shot here. He just needs to defend that bronze medal position. Because, of course, Azat Salman, now from Kazakhstan, he wants 187.5, and this will put him up into the bronze medal position for the moment. So Luchkin's really going to have to think about his third lift there. So he doesn't have the lot number advantage. He does have the weight advantage, though. Luchkin is about a kilo less in body weight, which is going to really play into his favour, because he's going to have to force Salman to outlift him.
That was a very long time to get the command, and I think that's why he's not made it.
Really affected him. So he doesn't get that lift on the board, and Luchkin's probably looking on now thinking, I've got a shot at a medal here. His confidence will be through the roof.
So we've got some really huge attempts coming up now.
Yeah, we've got 2:15 on the bar. Ivan Chaprinko, who wants that gold medal. It came down to the wire in the equipped, and Kadama went away with it. But he was looking fantastic on his opener.
I think he's looking more convincing today in the Classic.
So he's got 2:15. His opener was a rocket. Oh, that's solid. It was tough, but it was solid. He's still got a couple of kilos up his sleeve, I think. I wouldn't think he's got too much more up his sleeve, but right now, this is the interesting lift because his opener, Daiki Kadama, opened at 2:05, and it honestly didn't look like 2:17.5 would be his next lift.
I wouldn't have liked to put more than 5 kilos on that opener. It looked really hard, but he is the master.
Yeah, look, that is exactly right. I mean, it could have looked hard because something didn't quite go right.
He was a bit thrown off because he was coaching his colleagues, his teammates.
This will be the indicator right here.
I think we could be seeing this championship won or lost on this lift.
I imagine Japrinko is watching on very closely. And it was just too heavy. Well, this has just gotten very interesting now.
I honestly think that he's just tired out. He's had the travel, he's been coaching his colleagues.
He has been extremely busy this week as well. So we're into round 3 and it's tightening up now, of course, in the 59 kilo class. Lagugnet's out in front there, and probably out of reach, and it looks like he's going for a world record in his third as well. In the 66s, Berglund just doing what he has to do, and Japrinko in the lead in the 74s. But right now, Ben Hampson with 122.5. He's had 2 great lifts, and he did his 120, and he was convincing. I was sure there's definitely another 2.5 kilos in there.
Yeah, I would think so, and I think he's taken smarter increases than he has in the past. I think these are great attempt selections.
Yeah, look, you've got to come to the World Championships with your own goals as well. I mean, certainly there are some people that their goal is to win because that's where they are in their career at the moment, but you come with your own personal goals.
I think he's the British record holder, so this might be a British record attempt.
And I think he's going to get it there. That's great. Very nice lift.
That's a 5 kilo PB on the world stage.
And really good technique as well.
No wonder he looks happy.
And stays pretty solid all the way through.
Great lifting there.
So we jump to the 66s now. Rolandas Krakunas from Lithuania. With a name like that, I am betting on him being world champion down the track. Rolandas Krakunas.
Okay.
That is a world champion name.
He's going to have Eddie Berglund to beat, though.
Yes. Yeah, you either think about changing weight classes at that point, don't you? Oh, what happened there? He was asked to replace. Oh, he's got a re-rack, has he? No, and the referee's telling him he's got time. Go. And that is one of the great things about powerlifting. You know, it's such a family-friendly environment. Referee has stood up there and told him, no, you can re-rack, you've got time.
I think he wasn't getting the side refs are happy now with the start position.
But it's thrown him a little bit. It has. That's just experience, though. And great job from the referees there, making sure he knew he had time, because it gets very confusing out there. So Pavel Hadas, 140. So he is ranked number 4. And this won't change that. He had a little bit of trouble with his opener. He just couldn't put it all together. His second looked great. And he's just getting himself out of position again.
Don't think he's going to lock that right arm. No, there it goes.
Yeah, he just slid around a little bit there that time as well. So unfortunately, but he gets the one lift on with 137.5. Yeah, he started lifting all over the place. And once that starts to happen. So Yuji Fujita now from Japan, 147.5. This will shoot him up into 4th position from 5th. And it's certainly, you know, that's one of your little goals when you come into a competition, is to get up the rankings as much as you can.
Uses that Japanese grip to sit the bar right across the pad of his thumb.
Yep, get that wrist deviation. Really taking a long time with that setup though. And just a bit too heavy today. It was a big ask, a 10 kilo jump. So he will be ranked number 5. So Ara, a Venetian from Armenia, 150. So couldn't quite get things together, and some technical errors on his opener. Hit the second at 140 quite well, but 150, that is a big jump. And it almost looks like that was his initial plan for his 3rd lift. He's gotten a replace, and the chief referee, the center referee, is walking in and actually telling him what the issue is.
Well, that's great, but it is also using up a lot of time.
Yeah. And
Not
just
quite.
a bit too much. Yeah, the whole re-rack, and a re-rack can really throw you off your concentration, your game as well. So Ivan Kavaldan from Kazakhstan. So he missed 150 on his second. He's gone to 155 simply because it will put him temporarily into that bronze medal position. He has an opportunity here to just maybe get a foot on the podium.
He looks hyped.
It's less than his personal best, so it's within reach. But the world stage is a different arena, isn't it? And here he is as a junior in the 59s, competing in the Opens and trying to get a foot on the podium. Oh, he's grinding, but I think it's just too heavy today. He gave it everything he had. And we'll see some big things from that young man for sure.
Yeah, just not quite. Just a little bit too heavy.
Right now, Frederick Mervang looking for 160, which I think is a very good choice. His second was 157.5, and it was probably the toughest second lift I've ever seen him have to do. He looks a lot more fired up this time. He is ranked number 2, but he is under pressure from Japan. The Japanese lift is heavier though.
Convincing.
Oh, that is tough. It's just not there.
So
It looks like the week has worn him down a bit.
but he's lighter than the Japanese lifter,
Yeah,
so the Japanese lifter will have to go
lift
up.
160.
And I can't see the coach at the table, so he's not going to change.
Yeah, so the 160 will get him to the silver. But it's a 5 kilo jump from his 155 second lift. So this is to move him from bronze to silver and push Mervang back down into the bronze medal position. He's taking his time with this setup. It's a tough lift. It's just shy of his best lift. He's really taking a long time.
Yeah, it's less than 20 seconds on the clock now.
He hasn't even taken the bar yet. And it's just too heavy. He'll have to settle for the bronze, and Mervang will take the silver. Hung on there. That second lift was enough to get him through. So moving into the 66ers. So Philip Zima, ranked number 3. So he will take home the bronze medal, and this 162.5 kilo lift won't change that. He's done the math. Berglund and McCarran are just too far out in front.
But he's done the sensible thing here. This will be a small PB for him. He's just run his own race. He was not under pressure from 4th place lifter. He couldn't catch the 2nd place lifter. So he's had the opportunity on the world stage to run his own competition.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic for him.
And get on the podium. Oh, but he jumped it.
Yeah, he drops that so quickly that it is actually really hard to wait for that press command. But he takes away the bronze medal. And Andrew Ward now from Great Britain, 162.5. He's had 2 good lifts so far.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's been here all week. A very popular lifter.
So it'd be nice to put this one on the board. He will walk away from this world champion competition, ranked number 6 in the world.
Oh, I think his butt might have come up.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough
see.
call. Wait and see. He gets the white lights. He gets it on the board. He has had a very good day.
3 for 3 at this level, and he
Just
manages to
keeps
keep
it down,
planted.
doesn't he?
Yeah, very nice lifting.
So Chesney Goossens now from Belgium, 175. Missed this on his 2nd. And but the look on his face, he is just happy to be competing with the likes of Kadama, Jabrinko, Luchkin, Salman. I mean, look at the names in there.
Absolute legends of bench press.
Oh, Kenny Grind, not quite. 175 is just a bit too much today. And he'll rank number 5 though, and right now though,
Here we go.
We have a world record attempt in the 59 kilo class. Vladimir Velinets from ROC looking for the world record at 176. It is currently 175.5. He is already the world champion. He has a gold medal in his back pocket ready to go home.
He has looked strong today.
He has looked very strong. He did the 170. It was a bit harder, but it certainly looked like there was a world record attempt in there. He is fired up for it.
And this is the record that belongs to the man that is queuing up behind him, waiting to come out in the other weight class.
This is a big, big lift.
Now we saw him, he slipped away a little bit on his 2nd. His 2nd looked tough, but he lost his position a little bit as his feet slipped
If
away.
he can get those locked in a bit better. He definitely looked at 170. It definitely looked like there was a world record attempt in there. Can he put it all together? Oh, not quite. It came off his chest really well and then just moved position. But he goes home the world champion. Yeah, he's just not getting a footing there, is he?
That's a shame.
So we load now for Karaman, 185. This will put him temporarily into the gold medal position. And I don't imagine Berglund is going to let him take it home.
And as you said, Eddie Berglund is playing a sensible game here.
He really is. Yeah. His whole setup, his whole day today looks so much better than he's ever looked.
And it's not about wild attempts at the record, it's just about taking the gold home.
Oh, that's a tough lift.
His feet slipped away, I think.
I don't know if he's going to get this. No, 3 red lights, unfortunately. He gave it everything he had. He'll take home the silver medal. So Eddie,
yeah, his butt was up even before he slipped.
So we're seeing an attempt change going in now.
So Eddie's already won, so he can do what he wants now.
Yeah, so he's going for 195 now.
No
So,
longer has to cover second place.
so Azat Salman will be our next lifter then at 187.5. And I think that was a really clever thing from Eddie, was to put in the lower weight for what he needed to do, and now that he's actually secure.
So he put a big placeholder in originally at 200, then came down to cover second place, and now he's free to just do whatever he wants.
So 187.5. This will move Azat from 4th to 3rd. With lifters to come. Oh, that was a solid lift, that was. That was a very solid third lift. 3 white lights. So seeing another attempt change going in now. So we had Dmitry Luchkin listed to come out next. But I think he's making a change possibly.
Yeah, I think
he has.
He's gone down.
He's gone down to 187.5.
He was going to attempt to try and take a higher position.
Yeah, so this will move him to bronze medal because he is a kilo lighter. So he just has to match the 187.5 from Salman. So he's played this quite well. He's put himself in a really good position. He has a very good opportunity here to take the bronze, and he had such a tough run in the equipped.
Well, he's been ahead all the way through. Salman's just nipped in front, so he is going to just try and cover that off.
Is it enough to get the bronze? I think he can.
It
looks good. Waiting for the lights, and he does. He sneaks in and takes the bronze, and that is a little bit of redemption for him after the other day. So we load the bar for 195 for Eddie Berglund. He is the world champion, and he showed absolute maturity here today.
As you say, he's just looked great today. Brilliant.
Oh, look, he is just, everything about it is so much better. He's quicker on his setup. Oh, we got 2 red lights there. Let's wait and see.
Is he okay?
Yeah, no, that's just a bit of... Did he beat... I think he might have beat the command there.
Oh, that's a real shame, because he looked really good.
But he takes the world championship. Yeah, he's just jumped the command. But it was a very solid lift.
And he is the 66 kilo world champion.
And right now we go to the 74s. Daiki Kadama opened at 205. Now looking for 217.5 that he missed on his second attempt. And he never looked in the chance with 217.5 at all. His 205
really
looked up.
This is a really brave attempt.
Yeah, look, and I imagine did he walk off after a 217.5 and think, yeah, I probably should have gone lower, but it's too late now. So 217.5. He is currently the silver medalist. If he can put this on the board, he gives himself a little bit of a chance of taking the gold. I don't think Chaprinko is going to let him.
We don't often see him lose. I can't remember at an international level not seeing him take the win before.
This is to put him in with a shot. And Chaprinko has the weight advantage as well. It was never there, was it? Not today.
And it's the end of an era.
Yeah, so he will take home the silver medal. And this man here, who took the silver against Daiki Kadama in the equipped, will now take the gold medal in the classic. Ivan Chaprinko from the Ukraine he's going to have a lot of trouble staying focused.
He really is. That you got to think. Look how happy he is. He knows he's
He
champion.
has.
He's not even going to take it. He's come out to take his bow.
Very well done. Round of applause to that man, and you can see how happy he is. It came down to the last lift in the equipped, and Kadama got him. This time round, he takes the gold, and he is ecstatic. And of course you're ecstatic, beating someone like Daiki Kadama, an absolute legend in bench press. Well, don't go too far away. We will be back here with the medal ceremony very soon. And of course, at 2 p.m. this afternoon, we'll have the open women's 63 to 76 kilo lifters.
Powerlifting Federation Distant Barrage. President of Asia Powerlifting Federation, Rashid Sultani. In the 59 weight class, third place with the result 155 kilos to Agasawara Yakushi from Japan. Second place with the result 157.5 kilos to Murvan Fredrik Eskil from Norway. And the first place with the result 170 kilos to Belenets Vladimir from Russian Olympic Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the anthem of Russian Olympic Committee.
Everybody up, please.
In the 63 weight class, third place with the result 155 kilos to Zeimer Philipp from Germany. Second place with the result 182.5 kilos to Karaman Abdul Karim from Pakistan. And first place with the result 185 kilos to Eddie Berluk from Sweden. So please stand up for the national anthem of Sweden. In a 74 weight class, third place with the result 187.5 to Luchkin Dmitry from Russian Olympic Committee.